worldservice.com, the world's big club. We're talking with Kevin Kwan about his internationally best-selling novel, Crazy Rich Asians, saturated with wildly wealthy and deliciously dysfunctional characters. This ironic and funny rom-com makes a perfect escapist read. This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Hello and welcome to Newsday on the BBC World Service with Captain Jerry Hanger and James Tickle. Great to have you with us.
A children's hospital in Ukraine is hit after Russia launched a wave of missile strikes across the country. We'll go live to Kiev to speak to someone who's been helping the wounded.
The senior Democratic congressman urges Joe Biden to stand aside to end his presidential bid. We'll hear from him.
And France is still digesting Sunday's election results when a coalition of left-wing parties won the most votes but is well short of a majority. The prospect of a hung parliament is creating uncertainty. This is an unprecedented situation in France, in the Fifth Republic. This is really the first time it has happened. So, can we learn the art of compromise? I hope so.
Sport and business too, but first, the latest world news.
President Joe Biden continues to face calls by fellow Democrats to drop out of the U.S. election race. The senior Democratic Congressman Adam Smith became the latest party figure on Monday to call for him to step aside. Peter Bowes reports.
3 grueling days and a world stage for the US president to prove he's still up to the job. The summit marks the 75th anniversary of NATO, and there are weighty issues to consider. Russia's war in Ukraine, perceived threats posed by China, and security in the Indo-Pacific region. Joe Biden is used to the pressures, the back-to-back meetings, speeches and dinners that come with an international gathering like this. But his ability to navigate the week will be scrutinized more than ever.
The US has expressed concern over back-to-back visits to Moscow by Hungary's right-wing Prime Minister Viktor Orban.
Well, we got one person, whoever you are. Hello. Welcome. I'm just hanging out here, up here in northern Colorado. Just, doing whatever. Shortwave. So, yeah. I'm getting BBC World Service pretty good from Madagascar on 12095, which is great. Hello, Smiley S. We'll get a quick sample here.
A fire has broken out at a power substation in the Rostov region bordering Ukraine after overnight drone attacks. The regional governor said Russian air defense systems had intercepted a number of Ukrainian drones. It comes after Russia's broad missile attack on Ukraine killed more than 30 people, including children, at a hospital. Steve Rosenberg reports on Moscow's stance.
The Russian military said what it normally says: we do not target civilians, we did target military-industrial sites and air bases. And as for the destruction in Kiev, it blamed that on a Ukrainian air defense missile. Now, Ukraine insists that it found remnants of a Russian cruise missile. Now, what has the Russian president been saying about...
Gonna try Radio New Zealand here, 17675.
Under the COVID-19 Recovery Fast Track Conceding Act. The solar farm will be built
Pretty good
on
signal.
180 hectares of land. It'll have a peak output of about 110 megawatts and supply the national grid. The conditions range from establishing a complaints registrar, setting up
I have no idea. It looks like my camera is like so blurry for some reason. There's like no light out here. For anybody who's just joined, I am out in a tent tonight, getting away from the electrical noise in the house, chilling and tuning the shortwave bands. I'm gonna start down on the 49 meter band here, see what we can hear and just go through slowly. I don't have access to a schedule list right now, so I might know some stations, but not all stations that we're hearing. Trying to get the stand back on. I should probably mention what airplane going Bye. The receiver I'm using is a Shidaiwan D808, and just a simple telescopic antenna.
Of God's grace that saved you and me. There is no other hope, you know. There's no other sacrifice for your sins. None at all. You don't believe in the sacrifice of Christ on the cross. He came to take away your...
So we got some WRMI from Okeechobee, Florida. Good signal. I think this frequency is to Western North America, which is for me, so always great and strong.
Lord God Almighty.
Lower my bandwidth here just in case there's any weak signals.
The world passes away. The lost thereof.
More of a WBCQ, or no, oh, sorry, not WBCQ. I'm spacing for some reason. I'm sorry. This is a WWCR Nashville, Tennessee. Some more brother stare.
So that your whole spirit, soul, and body.
Hopefully you guys are hearing this. I hope you guys are able to hear the audio from the radio. This should be Voice of America in English via the relay station in Botswana. Oh, thank you, Smiley, for letting me know that you can hear it. That's good, because I was worried, because that would be this live stream would be pointless if you guys couldn't hear it.
It is done mercenaries who just kind of want to heed, listen, read, pray. Our roads at Big Center could be fixed, and I don't say overnight, but they could be fixed if we were looking to Him, committing our way, yielding ourselves. When you say, well, how can I walk in the Spirit?
Some more WWCR, Nashville, Tennessee. This time the University Network.
Let me say it this way. Everything is an operation for faith. Once you can...
Can't tell if that's from like some broadcast or something. Somebody broadcasting that out, or if that's QRM. Sounds like QRM. I've never gotten that type of QRM before. Something on 6010. I don't know what it is. I think it's a station down in like South America or something like that. Strong as always, Radio Marti to Cuba from the Greenville transmitter site. Very weak CFRX Toronto, which is a 1 kilowatt shortwave repeater 24/7 of CFRB 1010 AM in Toronto. I think there's some QRM, is what it sounds like. And the sound of another airplane passing by. Voice of America in English from the Sao Tome relay station. Just the previous hour, it was via Botswana. Super strong, of course, as always, but it gets weaker when they switch to this relay station. Some weak brother stare on WBCQ The Planet up in Monticello, Maine. For those of you who have just joined, welcome. I'm located in northern Colorado, USA. It's like 10 o'clock here. I think that's 4 UTC if I'm correct. Just take a look at my thing. This is like 1 or 2 minutes behind. So yeah, 4:12 UTC. We're tuning the bands. I'm out in the backyard in a tent tonight. Trying to get away from the electrical noise inside the house that I cannot control. I'm using a Shortwave D808 with just a simple telescopic antenna. Also, there is a chat. Feel free to say whatever you want. Not anything, of course, within reason. So this is I believe I always screw up the call sign. I think it's XEPPM, Radio Educación. My Spanish is so rusty. In Mexico City with just 1 kilowatt. Yeah, I was definitely, I do notice a big difference, especially on like lower bands. Earlier, before the live stream, I was tuning the 60 meter band. It was still kind of noisy, a little bit, but it was way much better than being inside. I'm going to move on to the 41 meter band. I always get the 40 and 41 meter bands confused. Starting at 7.2, of course. I know 7.2 to 7.3 in North America, and I believe South America is for the 40 meter ham band, but there can always be stations that come up here, so I always just tune it, especially when it hits daytime here. It's nighttime over in like the Asia area, so I get like China Radio International and Voice of Korea and all those. Sounds like there's something on 7225. Again, I don't have access to the schedules right now. If anybody wants to put it in the chat, please let me know, because I'd like to know what this is. I know what some of the stations are, because I usually tune around, but I don't know all the stations. Some hams talking in AM. QRM spoiling the station, sadly. Great, another great signal, Radio Marti to Cuba. There's they usually have two frequencies on, so I think it's like 7.4 something. But you'll definitely know because it'll be strong and in Spanish. That almost sounds like it's the Cuban jamming. Something on 7375. Am I not having the radio loud enough, Glamrock Freddy, or are you tuning with me? I have no idea. If it is that I do not have the radio loud enough, please let me know, because, again, if you can't hear the audio, this stream is useless.
Aprendiendo sobre todo el derecho Ojalá que así sea. Gracias, Guillermo del Sol, por esta valoración que has hecho para el programa Cuba al Día. Amigos oyentes, están escuchando Cuba al Día a través de las ondas de Radio Martín. Les habla Luis Felipe Rojas. Amigos, regresamos en un momento después de la pausa con otros temas y más invitados para ustedes.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, Radio Marti is such a powerhouse. Like, this, just besides being beamed to Cuba, it goes wherever it wants in, like, many directions. It's so strong. I think it's probably, like, for some reason, I feel like it's stronger than, like, other broadcasts that originate from Greenville. Oh, 7375 was VOA. Do you know what the transmitter was by chance, or if it was where it was relayed from? Oh, Wolferton, sweet. I'm pretty sure I think this one is also VOA in, I think from Botswana. Much stronger. I know the Botswana relay has like 4 100 kilowatt transmitters and antennas that only beam 10 degrees and 350 degrees bearing. I think this might be the 350 degrees because the 10 degrees is usually much weaker. Sometimes a few stations can be scattered up here. I usually like to tune up to CHU Canada on 7.85 megahertz. Just make sure I'm getting all the stations. No problem, Prab Hakar. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. I'm bad with names. So that is WRMI, Okeechobee, Florida. WRMI also on 7.78. I think that's Brother Stare. Better move on quickly. Great signal from CHU tonight. 7.85, 5 kilowatts from Ottawa. The other frequencies are 3.33 and 14.67, and those are both 3 kilowatts. For the sake of it, let me try 3.33, see if I'm getting that. Oh, used a preset there. Great signal, CHU. Yeah, audio days. That voice is just once I got into shortwave. After a while, it's like, and I heard that voice, and then like researched it, and I was like, yeah, that voice is just way unmistakable. Oh, not 6 megahertz. Hello, Charlotte. This is WINB Redline, Pennsylvania. Nice and quiet when tuning between signals.
Final manifestation, it could center in a single city in the Middle East, not Europe. Certainly I don't think directly America, although in as far as we, in all of the nations, have absorbed the paganized version of the church, which began in the 2nd century.
This is a WBCQ, the planet, up there in Monticello, Maine. I think this is World's Last Chance. The 9.33 megahertz signal is always strong. I think this is the highest frequency that WBCQ broadcasts on. If not, please let me know.
When Babylon falls, suddenly at the end, all the shipmasters and merchants are going to wail.
Save yourself from this contour. I'm trying to tell you again, we have a 3.5-year period.
It's more of the unmistakable voice, Brother Stare, this time on WRMI in Okeechobee, Florida.
We have a little idea. This would all take things back, but it has not been anything. The reveal is exact.
Oh yeah, WBCQ is always booming. I think they beam to South America on that frequency usually, which also makes it strong, but I think they use higher power than like other frequencies.
It's out here fast, man. You don't cause an abomination.
Don't know what this station is. I feel like it's like, I know for a while there was like Radio Republica or something like that via Edison, France. Do some of the frequencies skip over you audio days? This is, I think, WRMI Legends on via WRMI Okeechobee, Florida. For those of you who don't know what that is or are familiar with the older version, it's basically Ted Randall's format that used to be on WTWW. I kind of miss it on there. It used to be so strong. I think I have somewhere. I need to upload it to my channel. I have a air check I have. Unfortunately, it's not as strong as one I had before that I think that what was it? That I over recorded on cassette tape from like 2022. Miss it. It was so great. 5085. They're still around, of course, but it's yeah. I need to upload it. I know I have it uploaded on the Internet Archive. All those videos I do were because my goal right now is trying to capture as much shortwave stations in all the languages as possible. I know that I lost my train of thought. I always lose my train of thought. An ADHD mind, it just goes millions of miles an hour. Hopefully I'll remember later. Constantly, this is a tuning of the shortwave radio bands, the international broadcast band. Shortwave radio is a type of, I guess, way of propagation where signals go off the highest layer of the atmosphere, the ionosphere, and bounce back down to Earth, and they can travel long distances. So you can hear stations from like Europe and such like that. But it also depends on other factors of propagation. No solar storms equals good propagation, and power and overall daytime and nighttime paths. I'm so sorry, I saw this, Glamrock Freddy. Oh, I do love the 1970s music on there. It's honestly one of my favorites. Usually the 31 meter band usually booms a lot more during the morning when all the signals from Asia come in. This is the Brazilian shortwave station Radio Voz Minnesota, if I'm saying that correctly. I think it's only like 10 kilowatts or something like that. Question for all you guys, because I'm interested. What is your favorite shortwave station? It can be current or former. And if there's a frequency that you'll never forget that they'd be on. Like, for example, for me, Radio New Zealand, because I started shortwave like way after Radio Australia went off the air. So Radio New Zealand is my sentimental favorite, and I'll always remember 15.72 megahertz, or currently 17.675 megahertz. Well, it's low modulation, but not as much as it could be. China Radio International via Cuba. At least I'm pretty sure. Also, sadly, the radio's on the last tick and my phone is dying, so I don't know if this stream will go on for that much longer, but I'll definitely be up pretty late tonight tuning stuff, so there might be a stream like a couple hours later again or something like that. I think there are quite a few frequencies for Radio Australia. I know that people said that they'd always remember, like 9.58. I think there was 17.84, 21.470. I think at one point in the 15-meter band, they had one smack down on 19 megahertz. I don't understand why a lot of international broadcasters aren't using the 15-meter band, because it's basically great. You would get no interference. I think, what is it, like, Sound of Hope gets jammed by like China or something like that, but only for a couple hours. So like during the times when Sound of Hope is not on the air, you basically have a free band to yourself. Oh yeah, I love Radio New Zealand too, Glamrock Freddy. I think it's always great. Sadly, it's kind of hard to hear because it gets daytime when they do it during the summertime these days, but during the winter, when they're harder to hear at this time of night, I usually like to wake up early in the morning and hear them on either 7.39 megahertz, I think, is during the winter, and 7.44 during the summer schedules. With the bellbird interval signal. WRMI, I don't know what it is currently right now. I always notice the 9.955 megahertz transmitter or whatever they're using. It always has like low modulation. Like a few of their frequencies that they use, I feel, have just low modulation. So we got WWV and WWVH. WWVH is the female voice, and that's from Kauai, Hawaii, and WWV is Fort Collins, Colorado. That's the male voice. I'm pretty close to Fort Collins, So, just as an example, I basically get 2.5 megahertz in the middle of the daytime, just strong, as well as 5 megahertz. WWVH is kind of one that I get during the daytime-ish, on 15 megahertz. I have a QSL from both of them, WWV actually, beautiful QSL. And WWVH, they sent me like a whole book of like what the NIST technology does and such like that, and I was just like, what the heck? Oh yeah, Audio Days, they all want to do streaming, and it's like, it's not gonna work. I always sometimes wonder, like, with the disasters going on in like Israel and like Ukraine and stuff like that, sometimes I wonder if all these like former like international broadcasters are like, well, crap. See if we can move on to the 25 meter band here. Oh, I keep clicking the bandwidth button. Try on 11. Sure, we'll go 2. No, we'll go 5. So hard to click the buttons in the dark. Oh yeah, it can be so controlled, like the fact that you can just block specific things and such like that. Especially like the feeling on shortwave, like I know like North Korea and China are able to do it, but the feeling of trying to jam a station on shortwave is much harder than just on the internet. Internet is like block. If this were touchscreen, just block, whereas like shortwave, you gotta set up a whole transmitter site and like invest in power and such like that. I keep losing my train of thought again. Oh yeah, it was a Sputnik, especially like if with it being easily controlled, it's like you can't get any information on Ukraine. I know I was looking at the Sputnik website the other day, and they call their invasion a special military operation. I think this is JRC radio something, Tanzania or something like that, via the former Radio Netherlands relay station. Every time I say Radio Netherlands, I just want to sing the interval signal so bad. I think 11.7 is Radio France International via Edison. One thing I'm surprised about on Edison is the fact that they still have their old like array of curtain antennas. Like I know in 1995 is when they installed all those rotatables, but it's basically like across the street you can just see the whole like array of like curtain antennas that they had formerly. I was going to say that's Radio Romania in French, but I think that's Radio Romania in Romanian, if I'm correct. Something on 11.79 that I don't know. It sounded like it was Arabic or something like that. So I know this is Vatican radio, I just can't remember which language. Much stronger. I wish that time when I recorded the bell interval signal that I was outside, because it's so much stronger here. I always forget to, like, I'll record videos and forget to upload them. I recently got the other day 15595. I got the actual interval signal for the first time from the getting it directly from the Vatican State transmitter. So I've gotten it many times, but I've never gotten the interval signal before. Wow, 25 meters is pretty good right now. Oh, Swahili, it always gets me. Oh, it always gets me. I always wonder why I get Radio France International and those other ones pretty good, since I always have a theory that despite them not beaming towards North America, they can be heard because they're just such high power transmitters. I mean, come on, 500 kilowatts. Like, the BBC Atlantic relay station in Ascension Island has 250 kilowatt transmitters, and I think on most BBC broadcasts, they reduce them to 125 kilowatts. Of course, the BBC likes to cost cut everything they can. Whoa, I was just touching my phone screen that made the QRM. Wow, that's a... Oh, a few things I'd like to share with everybody real quick. Potential good news and potential bad news. The potential bad news is there's a source somewhere that's saying that the US AGM might close both Northern Mariana Islands and the Sao Tome relay stations. Of course, the US AGM hasn't confirmed nor denied this yet, or has said anything about it. Basically, I think they're gonna go to, like, the government again and ask for more money, because their budget keeps getting dwindled every year, it seems like. And the potential good news is there's a transmitter in Russia, on the eastern side of Russia, that's, I think it's mothballed state, but I think it's basically, it could just be good and up and ready to go, that I think Radio Rassi might resume broadcasting there, because it's impossible to cover the region with FM transmitters, which would be a good idea. great signal from the BBC via Madagascar, the former Radio Netherlands. I'm going to put this down real quick. It might get noisy on the radio because I'm going to plug in my phone real quick. I might plug in the radio. I think should have put in the title Shortwave Tuning in Chat because, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, take care, Audio Days. Yeah, it's late for you guys in the East. Take care. And 73s. Putting the camera down, everybody. Woo.
Well, to be honest, Alan, from what we've seen, the picture shows her and the real logo on Instagram.
Okay, plugging in. Let's see how the noise is going to go. Let's see the
Something
number.
happened just days after that because the video this time appeared in some issue and then it was...
Oh, well, that was very anticlimactic. That sounds like it is not plugged in. Oh, it is not plugged in. Hold up, everybody.
Social media, millions of diverse reactions to it. Some have said, well, it's an expression of what the translator has chosen to do, which is...
Let's see here. Trying to... Ah, there we go. Oh, the noise really, kicked up there. Wow. Wait, can I turn on... Oh, I can turn on my flashlight. That's pretty bright, though. Hopefully is that better for everybody? If you can see the, radio. I don't know. Do you guys prefer the flashlight on or off? Quite noisy too right now. I think at the top of the hour I might unplug for a quick second to see if we can get some interval signals or something. I might actually keep it off. I don't know. I like the atmosphere of this. Let's see how well Radio New Zealand is coming in. Oh, not 375. Woo! Slipping there. It's pretty good, despite having the charger right next to it, which is making it weak. I think if I move it back a little bit, it's kind of lower the bandwidth here just to yeah, a little bit weak. You can tell the difference when I unplug the charger here. It just goes like this. Boink! Perfect signal. But I gotta do that. If anybody wants any requests real quick here of any station, see if I can try and get it, go ahead. Because I'd love to take requests right now. See if I can get anything. Still listening in. All right, all right. That QRM though, when it's so close. I know, 053. Gonna take a look on the medium wave band here real quick. Wow, that's really noisy when I do that. Just see what things I can get here real quick. I want to see if I can get just a quick. It just annihilates when I do that. Okay, turn that down.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief. For free information, call 800-841-0908.
That is 880 KRVN in Lexington, Nebraska. Thought I'd check in on them there. Oh, and that's the airband. We want shortwave.
Patterson doesn't want to see alcohol restrictions kept in place.
Beautiful, beautiful shortwave.
Alice Springs is a
See if, oh, not 5. Ooh, there's some noisy QRM there on the 17.81. No signal from Japan, though, which is interesting. Right now, usually 7.81 is booming in. I'm going to take a look at 15.180. See if we get Voice of Korea starting to try and come into South America, I believe. Oh, they're in English. Oh, they're ending English. Woo. Wow, that was a great, like, signal strength there. The usual sign-off, goodbye, this is Pyongyang. I think 13650 is one, if I'm correct. Just completely obliterated by noise, unfortunately. Taking a look here. Does Vatican Radio turn on 15595 at this time or not? I don't know for sure. See 565 though. Oh, very fading signal. That sounds like that like Russian radar like thing or whatever. Coming very far away. 15580, see if that's a... Wondering if I should try and see if I can get 15580 Voice of America Botswana. Usually try to remember what I get. Oh, there's more New Zealand. it's my first preset that just tells you how much I love it. Oh.
Pacific is now closing on this frequency. In a few moments' time, we open on 13690 kilohertz in the 22-meter band. Once again, retune now to 13690 kilohertz in the 22-meter band. We can also be heard online at rnzi.com.
Oh, it's so beautiful. And they turn off. Gonna plug me in on the charger here. Tune to 13690, and then when I hear a carrier, I'll unplug real quick just to hear. Which is weird because usually it's of course 11 o'clock here now, or coming up to 11 o'clock here. 23 hours UTC, or not 23 UTC, sorry, 23 hours here. That's I think 5 hours UTC, yeah. Usually they sign off at like, they changed to 13690 at 12 o'clock here, 6 hours UTC. I haven't checked the list though. I think maybe I need to see if, you know, if they've updated, because I know sometimes they like to do that. Oh, here it goes. Oh, we got somebody turning on a carrier. Ouchie, ouchie.
RNZ News at 5. Good evening, I'm Todd Zanger. The Building and Construction Minister is promising remote building inspections will dramatically cut the
What is that other station real quick that we're hearing?
Government wants to make remote virtual
I have no idea.
says in-person inspections can take too much time and add to the cost of building consents. Just anecdotally, sort of 2 to 4 weeks for an inspection delay is not uncommon, and of course there's multiple inspections scheduled across the life of the building project, including at the end with the code compliance certificate, but also numerous ones along the way, depending on the complexity of the project. Chris King says remote inspections will save the sector money, but could not provide a figure of how much. New Zealand First has set up a public petition called Free Darlene, encouraging the Green Party to waka jump Ms Tana out of Parliament. The Greens have reached a stalemate with the List MP, who has resigned from the party due to allegations of worker exploitation, but not...
Is anybody else getting Radio New Zealand good? If you want to pull out the radio right now at all, I don't know. It depends for you guys, but yeah, Radio New Zealand booming in here, 13,690. I think I might actually sign off this live stream. I think I might do another one here in a few hours, but I'm going to charge the radio up and my phone some more. So thank you everybody for watching this shortwave tuning. Unfortunately, we didn't get to the 22 and 19, 16 meter bands, but hopefully we can do those here in a little bit. So thank you everybody, and I will hopefully see you in the next live stream, hopefully.